Good evening and welcome back to another edition of A Course in Miracles. I'm your reader, Joseph, and I'm continuing on with Chapter 2, Section 4, Healing as a Release from Fear. If you're just coming in and just tuning into this video for the first time, I'll leave a link for the previous section at the end of this video and down in the comments also. So I hope you would check that one out and continue this journey of reading A Course in Miracles with me. I would greatly appreciate it. So I'll continue. Section 4, Healing as a Release from Fear. Our emphasis is now on healing. The miracle is the means, the atonement is the principle, and healing is the result. To speak of a miracle healing is to combine two orders of reality inappropriately. Healing is not a miracle. The atonement, or the final miracle, is a remedy, and any type of healing is a result. The kind of error to which atonement is applied is irrelevant. All healing is essentially the release from fear. To undertake this, you cannot be fearful yourself. You do not understand healing because of your own fear. A major step in the atonement plan is to undo error at all levels. Sickness or not right-mindedness is the result of level confusion, because it always entails the belief that what is amiss on one level can adversely affect another. We have referred to miracles as the means of correcting level confusion, for all mistakes must be corrected at the level on which they occur. Only the mind is capable of error. The body can act wrongly only when it is responding to misthought. The body cannot create, and the belief that it can, a fundamental error, produces all physical symptoms. Physical illness represents a belief in magic. The whole distortion that made magic rests on the belief that there is a creative ability in matter which the mind cannot control. This error can take two forms. It can be believed that the mind can miscreate in the body, or that the body can miscreate in the mind. When it is understood that the mind, the only level of creation, cannot create beyond itself, neither type of confusion need occur. Only the mind can create, because spirit has already been created and the body is a learning device for the mind. Learning devices are not lessons in themselves. Their purpose is merely to facilitate learning. The worst or faulty use of a learning device can do is to fail to facilitate learning. It has no power in itself to introduce actual learning errors. The body, if properly understood, shares the invulnerability of the atonement to two-edged application. This is not because the body is a miracle, but because it is not inherently open to misinterpretation. The body is merely part of your experience in the physical world. Its abilities can be and frequently are overvaluated. However, it is almost impossible to deny its existence in this world. Those who do so are engaging in a particularly unworthy form of denial. The term unworthy here implies that it is not necessary to protect the mind by denying the unmindful. If one denies this unfortunate aspect of the mind's power, one is also denying the power itself. All material means that you accept as remedies for bodily ills are restatements of magic principles. This is the first step in believing that the body makes its own illness. It is a second misstep to attempt to heal it through non-creative agents. It does not follow, however, that the use of such agents for corrective purposes is evil. Sometimes the illness has a sufficiently strong hold over the mind to render a person temporarily inaccessible to the atonement. In this case, it may be wise to utilize a compromise approach to mind and body in which something from the outside is temporarily given healing belief. This is because of the last thing that can help the non-right-minded. This is because the last thing that can help the non-right-minded or the sick is an increase in fear. They are already in a fear-weakened state. If they are prematurely exposed to a miracle, they may be precipitated into panic. This is likely to occur when upside-down perception has induced the belief that miracles are frightening. The value of the atonement does not lie in the manner in which it is expressed. In fact, if it is used truly, it will inevitably be expressed in whatever way is most helpful to the receiver. This means that a miracle, to attain its full efficacy, must be expressed in a language that the recipient can understand without fear. This does not necessarily mean that this is the highest level of communication of which he is capable. It does mean, however, that it is the highest level of communication of which he is capable now. The whole aim of the miracle is to raise the level of communication, not to lower it by increasing fear. That concludes section 4 of chapter 2, the healing as a release from fear. And tonight my takeaway from this section was, of course, how the body cannot create beyond the mind, and the mind creates within the body, especially any kind of errors and illnesses. In my own experience, the body cannot create, the mind can. So when you have this right-mindedness of your body, all illnesses, all sicknesses, all diseases, they shouldn't affect you, they can't affect you, and you have the ability to heal yourself. You heal others as well, especially. That's what this atonement is all about, healing, all right? And in my own opinion, I try to keep my mind, I'm bringing about the mindset where there's no illnesses that can affect my body. I'm still working on that. I'm still bringing that about after finding out about the own power of my own mind. So what is your takeaway from tonight's reading? I welcome your comments in the comment section. I welcome your opinion, your views and perspectives. And please come back next time for the section 5, the function of the miracle worker, which you are, which I am, which we all are. All right. And lastly, I'll remind you that this is a course in miracles. This is a required course, but the only thing that is not required is the length of time you take to complete it. Thank you for reading with me tonight, and I hope to see you again next time.